Hello, fellow filmophiles. Are you frequenting the media platforms looking for that next special podcast that'll get you in the mood or find you the right movie to watch for your special night? Well, guess what? You should check out Torn Reels with Andy as the host and his brother Sean as the co-host. You can never go wrong with whatever subject they bring up next. Wake up, bitches. It's Wednesday.
Never gets easier when you pretend to sound confused.
It's easier. And welcome to another fantastic episode of Our Corner, the only podcast that calls you on your cell phone.
What was that?
That was Hotline Bling.
Were you really trying to do Hotline Bling? Please stop. Okay, just stop.
No,
just stop.
just
Anyway, so we're obviously in a new studio. He doesn't know anything about Drake.
I'm your host, Aaron.
Begrudgingly sometimes. He doesn't know anything about Drake, and we have a new studio. Great. Awesome. So today on Our Corner, we're actually talking about the famous beef that you guys are seeing all over the internet, the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef.
This beef seems like it was blown completely out of proportion. I was hearing about it and people were like, "Oh my god, it's taken off." I was like, "His motherfucker's dying in the street." They're like, "No." I'm like,
well, they what is it? Kendrick's security was just shot.
Oh, his security was just
shot?
His
security was just shot over at his house.
So over at his house.
Yeah, over
That's
his house.
Different.
Yeah,
That's a lot. Okay.
So it is escalating in some way. A lot of people are like, "Oh, this is Tupac and Biggie." No, Tupac never had that much mascara on as Drake did, just for sure. Like he never had that much foundation on fleek level already. He never had that much.
That's wild.
But no.
So let me ask you here, because I was reading a little bit about it, and it was saying that this kind of goes back to the mid the 2010s ish era, right? Like
it started around there. It started around there. Kendrick Lamar threw a few jabs at Drake. He says that they both said that they were supposed to be friendly at first, and then Drake started talking about his family, and then it just divulged into this huge mess.
So Drake was like, "Yeah, I've got some words for you here.
Maybe not in
Fuck
that
your
Jewish
mother.
of an accent.
Maybe not in that what?
Maybe not in that Jewish of an accent, but yeah.
He wasn't over here like, "Oh boy, I've got some words for you."
No, he did. They started talking shit. They released a lot of songs together. Well, not together, but for each other. It's 4 songs a piece right now, I believe. I think a few of them were removed from Instagram and social media just because of licensing purposes. Because one of them tried to use Tupac's voice, one of them tried to do this, and there's a bunch of shit.
So Kendrick Lamar's security just got shot. They're up to 4 tracks a piece for this.
4 tracks a piece, which at this point just released an album, dog.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you might as well just do a half-hour rap battle.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be an album of fucking Kendrick Lamar destroying the shit out of Drake.
Oh, I've heard the fucking jabs.
Every fucking song, he's destroying Drake. Every song.
Let me ask you a question. What was your favorite line?
Dude, there's a whole moment where Kendrick Lamar is talking about him being a pedophile, and then how he has a fucking 11-year-old daughter. And then Drake's entourage and everybody, all the people from Drake are like, he doesn't have an 11-year-old daughter. It's like, go back.
Don't respond.
Go back.
Why did you skip over the main thing?
Why did you stop at pedophilia, my guy?
He said,
explain
"Hey, bro,
that.
You got that 11-year-old daughter thing completely wrong."
Explain that shit. I don't give a fuck about your 11-year-old daughter.
Let's play that back. Run that back real quick, homie.
Just how are you not going to defend the pedophilia thing? Be like, no, I'm not a pedophile. I mean, I have a daughter, whatever. I made mistakes, but fuck it. I'm not a pedophile. Stand on business with that one.
He said, "I'm 10 toes down." On fucking what?
Bro, he said, "What am I doing?" Oh yeah, that's right. I'm touching kids. All that shit, bro. That's a horrible song from Drake. That's a song from Drake. It's fucking, dude. It's so horrible.
Well, I think my favorite part was yo.
And Kendrick is skinny.
I must have struck a chord. It must have been a minor.
Oh,
I was like, "Oh my god, bro."
Kendrick is savage, bro. But dude. Here's the thing I don't get. Drake, you obviously do steroids. You obviously wax your chest. Kendrick literally. No offense, Kendrick. I love you. Preach. You remind me a lot of Snoop Dogg, but you look like a tweaker like him too. For real. You look like you hang around in Circle K, dog. You talking big shit. But if Drake wasn't as pretty as he is, he would have beat the fuck out of you, dude. He would have straight up beat the fuck out of you.
There's wild. It's wild to think about, right? Because like we heard, like obviously the big beefs, right? You had fucking what is it? You had Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah, you had a bunch of beefs.
You had what was it like Eminem and like Murder Inc. and all that.
They had.
There
He
was
beefed with everybody, dog.
I
Eminem
mean,
beefed with everybody.
they-
Name and noun.
And now they no longer beef with him.
Well, not you can't. Also, I love the fact that Drake. There's a song. Which song was it by Drake? Oh my god. Fuck. What was that song? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to look that shit up, dude. It was a song by Drake, and he totally stole. He stole fucking Rap God's or Rap Devil's fucking beat. The whole MGK backtrack. He fucking stole that shit. I was like, that's fucking MGK song, but it doesn't surprise me. Drake steals everybody. He stole fucking Soulja Boy's flow. He stole Soulja Boy's flow and got famous off of it. So like, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck he's pretending like, oh, that's not what I do. Bro, that's exactly what you do. Like, let me see if I can find it. Because as soon as I see it.
Let me ask you a question, right? In this particular beef, right? Who do you think is in the actual wrong? Like, do you think, because like,
I think they're both
Lamar,
retarded. I think they're both dumb.
Yeah, I mean, Kendrick Lamar started this, right? Like, he started this whole shit.
Allegedly.
Even with the friendly jabs, right?
Yeah.
But like at the same time, like, you went from friendly jabs to like Drake then being like, but your family. It's like you dragged family into it, dude. So like,
And Drake did not only just insult Kendrick, he insulted a lot of other rappers. The only problem is that, what is it? Drake said, "Oh, it's all love, guys. It's all out of friendly competition." It's like, in order to have competition, you got to write for yourself, my guy. Like, I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, I don't give a shit about ghostwriters. It just makes the music better." I do. I care about ghostwriters. I care about ghostwriters because if you want to put it that way, Kendrick Lamar didn't beat one; he beat four. He beat four rappers who all ghost wrote for fucking Drake, and Drake performed it, and he beat all of them.
how are you gonna have four people writing for you and can't have a single fucking bar that hits?
How is it 4v1 and the skinny guy still beating the fuck out of you? Like, how are you gonna do that?
That's wild. To me, that's fucking wild. First of all, let's talk about a UFC career, okay?
What?
Because he beat four fucking rappers.
I was like, what are you talking about? I thought you
Why
had a
did you-
stroke. I was like, what are you
start
talking
switching
about?
up mid fucking sentence and being like, so Scooby Doo, right?
So Scooby Doo, what is that about? No. But I thought, okay, when Drake first
With
came
Session
along,
Kids?
damn it. No, when Drake came along, everyone knows him for being in Degrassi, being an actor and everything like that. Like, a lot of people during that time that he came out were like trying to like shun actors that became musicians and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why would you? If I was a rapper and I was on Degrassi, right, and I was that Stephen Hawking looking motherfucker rolling down the halls, I would have totally embraced that and been like, yeah, bro, that's me, dog. Like, that's who I was. I got shot. Even back then, I got street cred. Even in the 90210, I was still a Crip, dog. Like, fuck you. Like, I would have done that shit. Like, I would have pumped all that shit up. Like, what the fuck? But he didn't. He's just like, no, I wasn't on Degrassi. Bitch, we saw your forehead from a mile away. You were on Degrassi, faux show. You had the hugest smile with all the fake veneers, bro.
We saw the
all
hairline, dog. We
Bro.
saw the hairline. Stop.
Bro, and this was before he had a fresh hairline, because before he was missing a few inches. Let me tell you that. That forehead was a big as fuck.
It was a 5-head.
That shit was as big as John Kerry's chin, dog. Like, that shit was astoundingly big.
You could see what he was thinking.
Bro, no, you couldn't. That someone wrote it for him. Like, to me, overall, like, don't get me wrong, I like some of Drake's music. I really do. I like that song that I made fun of, Over. That's one of my favorite songs. I like Nice for What. I love Nice for What. I think that you could have chosen a better, way more respectable feminist than Olivia Wilde, but you know, some people like skeletons.
That's
I don't
wild.
know. Like, look, Olivia Wilde, love you. House was your only good thing. Your only good thing was
Fuck.
pretending to be a person who had Huntington's. You literally,
Oh
you
my
dying
God.
was better than that
Sean.
video.
Sean, pull it back, dog.
No,
Pull
bro.
It back.
She's like, it was bad. And she's like, it's awesome. Life is great. Bro, I just wish you were dying of real Huntington's, Corey, man. We'd have to hear you a lot less.
Oh
But-
my God.
But Now for What was another great song. The song that he did with the AI track of Michael Jordan.
Okay.
I mean, not Michael Jordan. Michael Jackson was great. It was fucking awesome. That's a great song too.
I was about to say, I forgot Michael Jordan rapped, but
He had a lot of good songs. Like, he has a lot of good songs. Drake does. I think what happens with Drake is that Drake takes himself too seriously.
I feel like that happens with a lot of people that start off like doing particularly well, is that they start taking themselves really seriously, and when you start doing that, it becomes kind of like a death spiral.
And that's what happened with and that's what like Kendrick was trying to explain in his lyrics. A lot of the things that he was saying where he's like, hey, you shouldn't have ego, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Like if you really listen to it, other than the disses, he's like preaching to him like, hey bro, like quit being arrogant. Quit having that huge head like you're the best thing ever. You're not. Like quit your shit. It's cuz that's why he says that line where he's talking about ayahuasca to kill the ego.
Yeah.
Because that's something that he's actually done, that he's actually been in, that he's involved himself with because he hangs out with people who do that shit. And it's like, then you have Drake who's just like, oh yeah, I'm the best there ever was. It's like, bro, you carry hot sauce and a condom on your belt. No one thinks you're hard, dog. No one thinks you're hard. You hold
You
that shit in
carry
a fanny
hot
pack.
sauce and a condom.
Yeah.
Okay, there was some shit that I knew.
He's so egotistical. He's so egotistical that he fucks girls with a condom and then ties them up and puts hot sauce in there so it kills the sperm because he thinks everyone's after his nut. Yeah, dude. That's literally where he's at. Have a baby mama like the rest of the folk. Bro, come on.
First of all, you know what? You've gone crazy. Realize you've gone crazy.
Is the lineup, bro.
And move the fuck on.
Is the fade, bro. They
right?
took too much brain from the
Maybe
fade.
you have touched kids and it just kind of shattered your reality. Like,
I mean, he has to. He shops at Baby Gap. Of course he fucking has to touch kids. That's where they shop, dog. Nothing
That's
fits
fucking-
Drake. Nothing. I'm
That's
fat,
fucking
but nothing
wild.
fits him at all. He looks like a fucking. It's bad. It's
Dude,
horrible, bro. It's horrible, bro.
Fucking
There's nothing I like about Drake. It's so bad. Like I
you
like Kendrick.
you like his songs though.
I like some of his songs. Some of his
songs.
songs where he's like not just talking about like meaningful shit, but he's talking about like non-ego shit. I really like those songs. Like I mean, even Over is like about ego, but it's like it's the surprise of him being a rapper, of him rising as a star. So for me, I like that. Like I like that shit. While a lot of his other songs are about superficial bullshit, where he has like fucking he has like backtracks where he tries to be hard, where he has guns and cars screeching in the background. Hey, yo, my guy, I've never met a thug that harmonizes. Ever. I've never met a rapper that does casually the melody.
You clearly
like ever.
have never been involved with the flash mob.
Stop talking. like how can you say, oh, I'm hard, and you're over here like melodically harmonizing? Like you can't like.
Dude, that's
you know
fucking,
what I mean?
that's wild. I didn't think anybody could be so tough and sing R&B.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty much what he is. He's like R&B with a few rap throw in, and like no disrespect. Well, no disrespect to Drake. I don't give a fuck. But I think Kendrick is a way better fucking rapper than Drake.
Absolutely.
100%.
I mean, with just what he did, again, when it comes down to like, because we sat there, we listened to him in order of like these rap tracks, right? Of these disses that went back and forth. Dude, like 100%, Kendrick fucking murdered him, man.
Oh
Like,
yeah, he did. He killed him every time.
There has to be if Drake has like a nuke for that motherfucker, he needs to use it now because
Drake lost at the first song. He lost. He had nothing.
it was wild because like I was sitting there waiting for him to kind of like throw a few heavy jabs or kind of like get in there with
Yeah, you
with some
figured
of the
he
lyrics,
would.
right? Like
Yeah.
like you're the fucking
He's an icon. Drake is an icon. Everybody
that's
knows
what
him.
I'm saying. Like I feel like he was like the lion of the fight. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everybody was putting their money on like, oh, okay, now we're gonna see what he's gonna do.
Yeah, I feel
And
like
then
that
when he
too. I
fucking
feel like a
put
lot
the
of people did that.
lyrics, when you hear the fucking lyrics, you're just
It's
like,
nothing.
where's the heart, bro? Like you had
Yeah.
all this ego with all this talent,
Yeah, with all this
Now-
shit that I'm the best and everything. Where's it at?
and then fucking Kendrick came out and was like, now I'm going to show you
Yeah.
what you really are. Like it's
Yeah.
almost like
sit my child. Let me
it's
let me
almost
let me
like
do
he
it.
Fucking like it's almost like he's shown the light on the shadow, and the fucking whole thing turned out to be a kitty cat. Like,
Right, exactly. It's like
You spanked the child's ass, and like now he's behaved.
right, and you like you did the way Kendrick went about talking shit to Drake. He did it in a way where no matter what Drake came back with, there's nothing you could do. There's nothing he could do. What is he gonna say?
He could have said, "Hey, maybe I'm not a pedophile," but I guess
But-
the 11-year-old daughter thing was
but-
different.
But even then, even if you were to say, "Hey, I'm not a pedophile," with everything that's going on right now, like, is anybody gonna really believe you?
No, of course
No,
not.
like we just
Nobody
discovered.
believes any of
We
them,
just
to be
discovered a
honest with
bunch
you.
of elites like fucking are pedophiles. A lot of people. A lot
Yeah.
of people are
They
sexual.
took fuck them kids to
Yeah.
a whole new level.
Literally, and like you found a lot of
Widowy.
people. Widowy. No, you found a lot of people who are not only like abusers and everything, but like do a lot of things to children, do a lot of things behind the scenes, do a lot of human trafficking, abducting, fucking all that shit. We're just getting all that exposed right now. So a lot of people don't really know what to do about it. And
They're on high alert about that shit too, because it's like now not only are you going to have to prove to your fan base like, hey, bro, not only do I not do that shit, but now you have to like it's gonna put people on alert towards your career and be like, hey, no. Like that's just very strange shit. Like that's weird shit that he's doing.
and also because
Even
he
if
didn't
it's the slightest shit, like everybody does weird shit.
right.
But you're now especially in the spotlight. And on top of that, you've been accused of something that's fucking horrific.
Yeah.
And let's be real. Anybody that's accused of anything like that has some form of like evidence of like, no, I don't actually do that, dog.
Yeah, it's like with Drake, if he would have, I think in the position that we're in, if he didn't address it immediately, it's shattered. Everyone thinks you did it. If you didn't address it immediately, everyone thinks you did it. Like it sucks, but that's the world we live in.
And
like,
he addressed the 11-year-old. Let's go first. Let's just kind of recircle around on that, right? Here's my process. Okay, Sean,
yes, sir.
you tell me that I'm an absolute garbage fucking human being and that I drink soy sauce like water, and I look at you and be like, I don't even like soy sauce.
Yeah, it's essentially what you
That's
did.
fucking like, what kind of business were you trying to stand on?
Like-
dog? Where were you at with that? Like, stop for a minute. Help me fathom this. Hold on. Help me fathom this for
I
a
think
second.
he was more caught up on his image as. I don't think he necessarily like. I don't think he believed that they were gonna say anything about the pedophilia. I think he was just like, oh, if I just don't say anything, it'll go away. But I think when he
Yeah, that always works in fucking diss tracks.
it's because a lot of people talked a lot of shit to a lot of the early people who were like accused of this because they were like, oh no, I didn't do it, and then it came out that they did. So for a lot of people, it's like, well, if you have nothing to hide, what do you care? Like
Yeah.
if it was someone, they'd just be like, oh, I don't care. You can call me whatever you want. I don't give a shit. But then it goes to beg to differ. Why would you defend yourself against the 11-year-old and not being a pedophile? Like, I don't know. That's just weird to me. I thought,
But those lyrics, man, he really did say, he's like, we hate the women that you fuck, bro. Holy
we
shit.
hate the women that you fuck. Dude, the fact that he said, I'm a hater. I hate the way that you talk. I hate the way that you walk. I hate like all that shit. I was just like, yo, dude.
Yo, he went hard. Like, you didn't have to, and you did.
And also-
and on some level, I appreciate that.
And also, if you look at Drake's diss tracks, he changes the fucking beat like 8 times. Would you run out of shit to say? Did your ghostwriter stop midway through and take a break? Because Kendrick kept going. Even if he changed the beat a little bit, it was the same song, and he kept fucking ripping you. Just ripping you and ripping you and ripping you over and over and over. Like,
let's
what do
be
you
real.
say?
Let's be real. You lost.
Yeah, dude, you lost. Like, if
You
he's
lost. If this was a full on beef, like, yeah, you killed Kendrick Lamar's security guard. That's tragic. But at the same time, I can't help but find that like maybe that was just like a random incident because I don't see like Drake.
oh, he's done that before. He's shot people before. He shot people before. Who was it? X, right? That he killed? Yeah. Don't remember? You guys don't remember X? We do. Drake killed him too.
Damn.
Drake killed him too. They had beef, and X was there, and because X was way more talented than fucking Drake will ever be, bro. X in the amount of time that X was famous, he got a fucking nod by Eminem. He said, "You're gonna be coming up, bro. You are coming up," and Drake fucking killed him because he was super talented. He was way better than him. And this has been a staple of Drake. I think that we're all fucking around to think that Drake, A, isn't a pedophile, B, hasn't killed people. I think we're all fucking around and thinking that
So he's
we
just
haven't.
like a criminal with an actual like fucking rap career.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he is.
That's wild, man. Like, And there's a lot of like people riding his jock too. That's
dude.
the thing. It's like when it comes out, because it will come out that like he's either like fucking sex trafficking, banging kids. He's gonna be doing like they're gonna catch him and they're gonna be like, no way, that's all fake evidence.
He's just
whatever.
creepy, bro. He has a mouth like a Pez dispenser, bro. It's like, dude, he looks like a Pez dispenser.
He looks like those commercials that they used to put for like the fucking Whopper where they had to make the mouth extra wide.
Oh god, it's so bad.
Like,
And it sucks because like Kendrick is skinny. We could be making all the crackhead jokes about Kendrick, and instead we're over here ripping on Drake because Drake did nothing to defend himself. Because he touches little kids. No, because he couldn't defend himself. Like he couldn't do anything. Like what did he do? Name one song that he was good on.
Ghostwriters, man. Like that's the thing he did. This is where I think you fucked up, right? I think if someone calls you out and uses their own talent,
Yeah,
then you need to step up and start putting your own talent to it too.
I agree.
Whether or not you succeeded, you were either going to succeed and show that you shine or lose, but lose gracefully.
Yeah.
Because like let's be real. Drake does have talent. He does, but it's not anywhere near on the same scale.
Yeah.
I feel like anybody with talent, if they dig deep and reach deep enough, that they can kind of pull out one of those like hat tricks where you can make something happen.
Right. Look,
but
I'm not
you
saying
went the opposite route. You hired ghostwriters who maybe they've had a lot of talent too, and maybe they're going to be coming up soon. But
I mean, but you don't know. Like you go back to a previous beef, Eminem and MGK.
oh my God, yeah,
MGK was way out of his element. Way out of his element. Hang on. But MGK actually got a few jabs at fucking Eminem and were really good. And his music was really good when he came out with it. Yeah. I'm sorry. Y'all going to tell me that you guys didn't like Rap Devil?
Okay, so
y'all going to tell me you guys didn't like? That was one of the greatest fucking songs that MGK has ever released.
That beef lasted like a couple weeks, but let's be real, okay? MGK got a few shots off, right? He got a few shots off and
more than fucking Drake did.
More than Drake did. But if Drake's your comparison, dog, then like fucking
Drake is one of the
Herman got shots off.
Drake is one of the biggest icons right now in rap, in the rap game or in whatever that genre that he does game, right? And you have MGK, who has been criticized for being white, who has been belittled. Yes, he's batshit crazy and he wears weird shit. I got it. He's a coke fiend and he fucking dates.
Also a pedophile.
I don't know if he's a pedophile. I know he likes girls with toe thumbs. I'm not down with that. But still.
That's wild.
So, like, he has all these things going on. But still, when Eminem came at him, he didn't back up. He didn't hire ghostwriters. He didn't do anything. He stood on ground and said, this is what I got. And it didn't kill Eminem. But we'd be remiss to say that Eminem didn't hear it and go, man, fuck this shit. And drop and start going at it. He, not in a way, motivated Eminem, but he made Eminem go, okay, hang on. All right, now I'm gonna get up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know when you're playing video games and you're just sitting there and you're just like, oh yeah, this is a good
and then
level.
You get someone who griefs you.
Right, and then they fucking kill you twice and you're like, all right, that's it. Hang on, let me beat this level real quick, and then you just fuck him up.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
And I get that. I get that on some extent. And the twisted part here is that when we look at the beef, right? And let's make the comparison, right? MGK used his natural talent, whatever he had, to actually throw down. And maybe he didn't win. But it's like that Rocky moment of like getting in the ring with the fucking champ.
Yeah.
Like maybe he didn't go all 12 rounds. Maybe he didn't get there, but he threw the punches. He got in.
He went there.
He showed up.
And he stood there and said, fuck, I am.
I can respect that. I don't respect MGK, but I can respect what he did. I
like a lot of MGK's older stuff. Like when he did what is it? Breaking news freestyle is one of my favorite freestyles with him. He has a bunch of songs that I actually genuinely like. When he started doing his whole pop punk thing, I wasn't a really big fan. If I listened to it, it was because Travis Barker. I'm a huge Travis Barker dick rider. I'm sorry, but like everything else, I didn't really like between him. I just didn't. I just think that he moved to pop punk because I feel he personally felt embarrassed getting destroyed by Eminem, which he shouldn't. Everyone's gonna get destroyed by Eminem, but the fact that you were able to do that and stand, that's pretty big, bro. That's pretty big. I gotta give him credit where credit's due.
Then now let's flip this back, right? So now you have the Kendrick Lamar and you have the Drake beef, right? Kendrick Lamar through, like Drake mentioned family, Kendrick Lamar shot back, shot hard, and shot fast.
Right.
Right? Drake said, "You know what? I got just the thing," and hired like 4 fucking ghostwriters, dude. Like,
And even if it wasn't, and even if it wasn't for ghostwriters, and even if he did or he didn't hire ghostwriters, it's like you had the opportunity to come at Kendrick with everything you had, and we could all hear it on the tracks. You were getting more pissed while Kendrick sounded like he was just chilling.
yeah.
He sounded like he was just chilling, just ripping you
They-
apart over and over and over and over again.
The first tracks from like Kendrick sounded like they were hostile.
Meet the Grams, fucking all that shit.
And then
yeah, dude,
and then all of a sudden he started relaxing on it. And
Yeah.
it was like he pulled up. You know why? Because he
'Cause he beat him.
He came out hard. Yeah, he
Yeah.
beat him. He came out hard. He was swinging,
Yeah.
and he got those punches that he needed to win the rounds.
Yeah,
And once he started winning 2 of those 3 rounds,
that was it. He was
that was
done.
it. He doesn't need to win that 3rd round. Even if Drake shot back, won one of those diss tracks, he's got 4 more that beat the fuck out of him.
He fucking lost. I really hope for Drake that this is a big lesson for him, and he understands that when you knock at the door of the devil, eventually he will answer you. He will answer you, and when he responds to you, it's not going to be the response that you want.
Yeah.
So I really hope this is a lesson for his ego, and he can actually like chill
That's-
it down.
Yeah, that's the big thing. I think ego is like the killer of like careers, man.
Of
'Cause it's
everything.
like
Drake would have
if-
been a way better rapper if he had no ego. If he just let that shit go
If
and
you
said, "Oh, you don't like it?
fucking-
Cool, bet, bro. Don't listen to it."
yeah,
Like-
and that's the same thing that I feel like every fucking time we hear about another beef or something like that, it's someone's ego got in the way of what it actually is.
Yeah,
And they always tell you like, "Hey man, it's just music.
it's just
It's
music.
just music. It's just music.
It's
We're
just
just
music."
talking shit. Like, don't take it personal. Don't come out here
Right.
and start fucking getting at people because you're gonna get the wrong motherfucker one of
And
these
it-
times. And this time, Drake picked the wrong motherfucker.
And also, y'all pretend like you thugs. I've seen a lot of rappers who have to check in with the hood in order to be there. It's like, bro, you're a music artist, bro. You ain't a gangster. You ain't gonna fucking throw down for your clique. You ain't gonna do all that shit. You're not. You're just let's be
be
straight.
real.
You're not. You're not gonna.
Let's full transparency. Ready? What are you checking in for? What are you checking in for?
You're not a gangster,
You don't think
bro.
that they're running that shit without you being there?
You're not a gangster. Like, look, I can ride a motorcycle. I can throw a patch on my back. I can do whatever. I don't have to check in with the Hells Angels because they don't acknowledge me as an existence. They're just like, yeah, bro, you're just a fucking wannabe. Like,
Yeah.
they're not gonna fucking acknowledge my existence, bro. They're not.
Yeah.
And if you have to say, "Oh, I gotta check in with the hood," bro, shut the fuck up. You ain't never gotta check in with anybody, bitch. Check in with your mama. That's all you gotta check in with.
Yeah, check in
because
the fucking Ritz, bro.
because you
sold
ain't
out to
fucking
crackers,
dude. You have never checked out with any fucking gangster. You ain't a gangster, and that goes to everybody. Joe Budden, I'm on your ass, bro. The only fucking good song you have is "Pump It Up," and that's it, dog. Just don't even go there, you two. Drake, Joe Budden. There's so many, bro. Charlamagne's not even a fucking rapper, and I hate his ass because he fronts like he's a rapper. Oh yeah, well, I mean, your fucking track was mid and blah blah blah. Bitch, release a track. Release a track, Charlamagne. Oh, you can't? Then shut the fuck up with your Breakfast Club. That shit's so fucking stupid, bro. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. I hate all the fucking wannabe gangster rappers and everything. Like, look, I understand Soulja Boy's fucking crazy. I understand that Soulja Boy does a lot of shit. At
I'll
least
be
Soulja
100.
Boy,
If someone is fucking crazy, I have more apt to believe they might be gangster.
at least Soulja Boy was original and he did his shit. Yeah, it kind of played out. Yeah, it was clickbaity and it was fucking annoying after a while. But he stood on his shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Drake doesn't. I don't know.
I feel you.
I have a personal-
I get where you're coming from, where it's like you don't like the fraudulence, you don't like the fronting, you
Yeah.
don't like the whole like,
Yeah, bro.
hey, I'm this, because it's brought in from a place again. Comes down to the ego, bro.
Yeah.
Like at this point, this is where I see it going down. Like Drake has a couple options here. He can either try to keep doing what he's doing, which isn't working.
It won't be. What he'll do is he'll drop the beef and just keep making his own record.
That's what I'm seeing, is that he's gonna drop the beef. He's not gonna learn the lesson. What I mean is, and that's what I mean
Yeah.
by keep doing what he's doing. The
Yeah.
next thing is to learn from what you've done wrong, drop the ego,
And just accept it, bro.
accept
Just
the
accept it.
loss, and just be like, hey, you know what? I said some stupid shit. I want to be the first to apologize. and then come out and say it, because you're like, hey, you know what? I know we're beefing. I know the whole thing. He's like, listen, let's take a step back.
Maybe an apology is too far. Maybe
Well, it's hard now because he shot the fucking security guard.
but maybe an apology is too far. Maybe okay, I understand there's some sort of creed about trying to be tough. I get that. Maybe an apology is too far. However, if he beats you, tap out, man. Tap out. You lost. Okay, hey, I'm sorry. You know, like, again, maybe not I'm sorry, just don't release another track. Just let it go. But he didn't. Like, Drake could have been a much better artist, and he chose not to be, and that's what's...
He also could have chose to be a better fucking person about this.
Yeah, he could have,
Like,
and he didn't.
And that's the thing, is that, like, I never want to see people, like, absolutely fail.
No.
You know, it's such a shitty thing to be like, yeah, man, this guy was really fucking good, or he could have been really good, and then, like, you have to explain, because we're going to have to explain to future generations what we saw in this fucking person.
Right. But, I mean, if you listen to what I'm saying, as much as I've ragged on Drake and as much as I've ragged on him, I don't want him to stop doing it.
No,
I want him to get better. I want him to be better. Lose all that ego. Release good music. That should be your goal. You're a musician. It's like, again, I'm here. I barely do this podcast. And it's like I'm over here going, oh, yeah, like me and Joe Rogan, bro. It's like, bro, you're not even in the fucking same league, my guy. You're in a shed, bro. He's in a fucking professional. Like, you're not in the same. It's like if I said, oh, I have a guitar, I'm a musician. Drake would look at me and be like, bruh, sell out tours. Then you can call yourself a musician. And he'd be well within his rights to fucking say that. It's like, I'm putting on airs. And he was putting on airs, unfortunately.
And sometimes you fucking get called, and sometimes you get called hard for that.
And you learn.
It happens.
It's the best of us.
I honestly, this is where I'm gonna come from while we're going into that wrap up phase of this.
Yeah.
Dude, you lost.
You lost, man.
Take your bruises, take your lumps, man.
Yeah.
Regroup yourself, go back to what you were before this, and start getting good at what you're doing.
Yeah. Or if you really think you have one last shot in you, go back to the drawing board, draw it out, plan it out, come at the mic, and then give him all you got. But really give him what you got.
You give him what you got.
Yeah.
Don't have ghostwriters do it for you. Don't pull up on people's fucking security guards. Don't do the underhanded, stupid shit that you've been doing. You know what I mean? Like, just man the fuck up, okay? Either throw the hands...
Or don't.
Or
get out of here. And just release more songs and quit bitching about shit. That's all you got to do. That's where I'm at with this.
I think honestly, like, there's really not much to kind of go off of. It's like when I heard this beef, I thought it was going to explode. Like, it was going to be this fucking massive thing that, like, people's lives have been impacted, like, over, like, the fucking entire country.
I mean, the security guard died, so.
Like, a security guard died.
But his family might be impacted.
His family.
Little Gregorio might have an issue when his dad didn't come home.
Listen, you know what? Let's be real. That's what security guards are for, all right?
Cannon fodder?
Fuck yeah, dude.
No, my God, they're people.
They're barely people.
Stop.
They got a guard card.
Stop. We're stopping this before it gets further. Holy shit. What do you mean barely people?
They're barely people.
You're such an asshole.
They're barely fucking, it's barely sir.
You're such an asshole.
All right? Like, let's be real. Let's be 100. We've been 100 this entire fucking time.
Practice what you preach, bro. Be 100.
Yeah, be 100.
No,
I do feel for the family, like, obviously, but, like, I thought this would be, like, such a huge fucking thing, and then when we looked at it, it's like, there's 4 songs, and all it is 2 motherfuckers talking about each other's families. Like, that's the equivalent of, like...
Hey, wait, no, hang on. Kendrick came at it with everything. Yeah, but it was Drake's repeated line. He's literally repeating the same insult. He's calling Kendrick a douchebag multiple times in different ways. It's like, you can call him a douchebag all you want. Come up with other shit, dude.
You're a douche. Okay, that's the 3rd song about me.
You're lay senor douche. It's like, we already heard this track.
Like, stop. But that's what I'm saying is, like, it wasn't like a huge thing as I was expecting it to be.
No, it was a lot smaller. It was a lot smaller.
I was like, it's like 4 fucking songs long. You know what I mean? And it's just...
Yeah. It happens, dude.
It's wild. It really is. It comes down to, like, hey,
immaturity.
Like, are we really fucking listening to these motherfucking dudes beef? Like, do we really have nothing else to do?
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm going to go back and listen to, Meet the Grams by fucking Kendrick Lamar right now.
Like us,
literally, as we leave, I'm going to listen to that song right now. So.
That's fucking crazy. Anyway, that's a good wrapping point, man,
yeah,
to be honest with you. You know what I'm thinking?
I'm
thinking about what we're gonna do next episode.
So we did Spider-Man. We did Drake. You know what? We'll surprise you guys what we're going to do in the next episode. Next episode, tune in and you'll see what we do.
The mystery episode. Be there or don't.
Later, guys.
All
Bye.
right, later.